There you are. Come on in. I've been waiting for you.
You guys know me, right? I'm that guy that helps you unsolve all the riddle labyrinths of your own mind.
Come with me, and I will show you a love that is power.
Bray Wyatt was one of the most fascinating characters in wrestling history.
I'm something completely different than has ever been in the WWE. I'm the color red in a world full of black and white.
One of the most crazy creative people I've ever been around.
His mind was a bottomless well, an endless source of dark ideas. That was his greatest strength, but also his biggest downfall.
I just know that it fell apart somehow.
Are you going to allow me to do my work?
In 2023, the tragic death of Wyndham Rotunda put an early end to an extraordinary but difficult career. Today, we explore what could have been, what had to be, and what was destiny from the start.
The whole thing came from this nightmare that he used to have when he was a child that would haunt him in his dreams.
I've always been a huge fan of horror movies. So naturally the progression was, when I started watching wrestling, it was the more characters always caught my eye.
When Wyndham Rotunda started watching wrestling as a child, 3 characters stood out to him: Waylon Mercy, Jake the Snake Roberts, and The Undertaker.
I think that wrestling needs that kind of dark entity in it.
Today, he is remembered for his creative horror gimmicks: The Fiend, a flesh-eating demon, or Bray Wyatt, the charismatic cult leader. But before all this, he was just a weird kid.
I always knew there was something weird, something strange, special about me.
Wyndham grew up in Brooksville, Florida, a stereotypical backwater swamp town where the strange and the sick festers in obscurity. The odd experiences that shaped his childhood later inspired his creative work. Crazy people, wild local legends. His brother Taylor said people often couldn't tell if Wyndham's stories were real or made up. He loved making people believe things.
Let's pretend that everything I say is true, that I've told you no lie.
Wrestling was in his blood.
I am a third-generation superstar. Black Mulligan is my grandfather, and my father, Mike Rotunda, the IRS man.
Growing up, Wyndham thought everyone wrestled, even his grandma.
I thought when Grandma went to work in the morning, she was going to wrestle. I've known that since I was a little child, that I never wanted anything else. I had opportunities to play in the NFL and things like that, but I've been to so many WrestleManias and I've seen what it's like. And I already know, I just know, man, that I'll be doing it not once, but I'll be doing it a bunch of times, you know what I'm saying?
In 2008, at age 21, he joined his brother Taylor in WWE's developmental territory, FCW. He got in through his father, who was still working as a producer for the company, but that doesn't mean he had it easy.
I always had to live in this giant shadow in a very small town. Now I'm ready to just step out of that shadow.
Wyndham wanted to prove himself on his own, and it worked. Soon, he made it to NXT, under a new name, Husky Harris.
I think Husky Harris has a great look. He's interesting, he's intriguing, but he's fat.
According to Triple H, Husky Harris was Vince McMahon's idea. A generic redneck brawler whose only defining feature was his size. Judging from his stature, you'd never expect how fast he could move in the ring.
My in-ring style is unorthodox. My football coach in high school used to tell me I was like an army tank with a Ferrari engine.
Wyndham has always been heavy. In high school, he won the Florida State Wrestling Championship in the heavyweight division, weighing 275 pounds at age 18. His wrestling coach notes that he was also the biggest personality on the team and could rally others around him. In NXT, his positive attitude helped him earn the respect of the veterans backstage.
You can see there's a spark.
Husky Harris is one of those that is made for the business. Cream rises to the top. There's no cap to where he can be.
But Husky Harris wasn't him.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Or should I walk by again, huh?
No matter how hard Wyndham tried to make the gimmick work, it was doomed to fail. He even made it to the main roster as part of the Nexus, but after its disintegration, he was sent back down to FCW, which was more than a step back. It was a punch to the gut. It made him miserable, but Wyndham always thrived on darkness.
Time is on my side. I was thrown away like a piece of trash, and I got so angry and so frustrated at the world. It took me to a very dark place in my life. I had to have some kind of outlet, and this became therapeutic to me.
It was this darkness that fueled his creativity. He channeled his emotions, put more of himself into his work, and came up with a brilliant character.
I was raised in Lafayette, Louisiana. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Bray Wyatt was born.
A demon that's behind these eyes. A demon that you created.
In promo class, everyone was told to do a 1-minute promo. Wyndham did 8 minutes.
And it blew everybody's mind. I have to break the rules so that I can grab you and shake you and say, notice me, notice me.
Dusty Rhodes, who worked as a coach at NXT, saw his potential. He gave him long promo time to find his voice. And the American Dream also encouraged him to add some working-class appeal to the character.
We live in a world where society has poisoned the souls of men. Bring down the machine.
You'll have the spirit by your side, boy.
Walk by my side, and I will lead you to paradise. What are you gonna do when they decide it's time?
He spoke like a preacher, but one who didn't laud the church. One who exposed the flaws of society and invited people to join him on his dark path toward a better world.
I know you people hurt me. I hurt too. But you don't have to hurt anymore.
I am strong now. It took away from me my ability to feel fear, to feel pain. I'm not afraid anymore.
There was a joy to his madness that resonated with the crowd. What if he could fix everything that's wrong with the world? What if he could walk on water in plain sight? What if he wanted you?
But what about you, man? That's what I want to know. Aren't you tired of feeling unwanted? Well, then today is your day. Need someone to tuck you in bed at night, kiss you on the cheek, and tell you that everything is all right.
Even in the ring, everything about him was special. The way he ran the ropes, the way he got up, the way he went down, every moment was character work, every match a revelation, something that in modern-day wrestling is an absolute rarity. He gave the fans something they could sink their teeth into. As Bray Wyatt, he offered an escape, a place where fear is overcome, and the fans let him in.
I play with these fools like puppets.
Bray Wyatt was a version of Wyndham that used his charismatic skills to hurt people. A version that relished the feeling of having something breathing right in the midst of his closing hand. People ask him if he feels guilty, and he makes them believe he is right.
Because that's what you people do. You put labels on things that you do not understand. You think you're better and you crave things, and you can never have enough. You just want more and more and more until you fill your mouth and it explodes out of your ears. Me, I just want to fix things, and I have to teach the world.
Bray Wyatt wanted to leave things in a better state than he found them, and that's exactly what he planned to do with WWE.
We're here.
The summer of 2013 marks the rise of the Wyatt family to the main roster.
No one in WWE could have expected the fans to attach themselves to us the way they have.
With consistent wins in singles and six-man matches, Wyndham's career was taking off at breakneck speed. Only a few months after his arrival, he started feuding with top star John Cena. But in the build-up to their match at WrestleMania, the Wyatt family clashed with another up-and-coming trio, The Shield.
The House
wrongs of justice are upon us.
The Wyatts and the Shield were like two packs of wild dogs, young, hungry, and ready to pounce at every opportunity. They didn't wait for their number to be called, they took what's theirs. And when their paths crossed at Elimination Chamber 2014, everyone wondered, who would come out on top?
He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hands.
There were 4 matches between these two equally matched, equally capable teams. Their rivalry was one for the history books, a highlight of the decade. Meanwhile, Bray Wyatt's singles feud with John Cena continued.
You were supposed to be a man of the people.
I am afraid of Bray Wyatt.
And your fear is my power.
Hey, you want to say something really scary?
When Bray Wyatt sang the siren song of professional wrestling, millions were captivated. He rode a huge wave of momentum into WrestleMania 30, the biggest night of his life.
New Orleans. We're here. Abigail spoke of this day my entire life.
Wyndham took the wrestling world by storm as he made his way to the ring, accompanied by a live performance of his original theme, 75,000 Fireflies Lit Up Louisiana.
It was created by the fans on their own. They called themselves the Fireflies, and it became their own thing. And now it's become a spectacle, like almost a piece of what you pay to come see at a WWE show is Wyatt entrance.
A legend was born, and a moment later, it died. The words of the prophet went unheeded without consequence. His darkness served only one purpose: to elevate the light. After WrestleMania 30, he had to take some painful losses. Everyone from Sheamus to Dolph Ziggler beat him in singles action. The Wyatt family disbanded, a questionable booking decision that was reversed 8 months later.
We were so different, man. We were so different. I don't think the company knew even how to use us.
At the time, he thought this was normal. This was okay. He was earning his stripes. He would pay his dues and come back stronger. But this was the beginning of a lifelong pattern, one that he was powerless to change. Wyndham Rotunda invested a lot of time into his character to make Bray Wyatt as believable as he could be. He developed multiple recurring themes simultaneously. For example, he shed more light on Sister Abigail.
She taught me from a young age. A rattlesnake's skin's the same color as the leaves, she said.
Abigail raised him. We never found out her identity, but in kayfabe interviews, Bray insists she was a real person, flesh and blood, and that she was like a goddess to him. When asked a question about his work, Wyndham answered in character, protecting the secrets of his gimmick even in real life.
He was like me in a sense that he was doing things that was different than what everybody else was doing.
Wyndham never asked to be compared to The Undertaker, one of his biggest idols. But fans saw the parallels, so he started using this to his advantage. He compared himself to the Deadman in promos, saying the death of The Undertaker was Bray's resurrection.
I am Bray Wyatt, the new face of fear!
Undertaker vs. Bray Wyatt was like Jason vs. Freddy Krueger, two icons of darkness from different eras. It could have been a passing of the torch. It could have been everything that Cena vs. Wyatt wasn't. It could have been the breakthrough of Bray Wyatt.
The Undertaker will not go quietly in the night. Hell, he ain't going nowhere. The dead man does it again.
Bray Wyatt was the first man to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania after his loss to Brock Lesnar the year before. Wyndham said he loved that their match wasn't about the streak, it was about restoring Taker's confidence in his legacy. But what about Bray Wyatt's legacy? In the months that followed, he was squashed by Roman Reigns, lost clean to Ryback, and rarely won any matches. The winds of creative had certainly shifted. Bray Wyatt is not a character you can put in a box. He was different, and while his gimmick was intriguing, the potential didn't always carry over into the ring.
He was so creative and so outside the box that pulling it back into a particular genre was hard for him to do.
The Undertaker was a master at presenting his supernatural character believably, but Bray Wyatt's character was even more at odds with the production style of a wrestling program. Triple H, one of the most influential men in WWE, has called Wyndham a whirlwind of ideas. That was one of the reasons why he was Wyndham's biggest advocate, at least in the beginning. Over the years, their relationship changed.
I just know that it fell apart somehow.
Triple H said it was difficult to work with him because while the rest of the production team tried to get one thing right, Wyndham was already on to the next thing, which led to tension, creative frustration, and later, even punishment. Nobody was afraid of the new face of fear. The Eater of Worlds became the Eater of Pinfalls. At WrestleMania 32, he was supposed to get destroyed by Brock Lesnar before a back injury mercifully took him out of action and the match was cancelled. He did make an appearance, however, only to get insulted and squashed by The Rock.
Because you come out here and you talk about how you're the eater of worlds. We're from the Rock's Den and you're the eater of hot pockets. Now what do you want to do?
You might not know it by the way he was treated on screen, but Bray Wyatt held a lot of respect among the other wrestlers. Even Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, who aren't usually impressed with supernatural gimmicks, give him his flowers.
It was eerie, but you knew that it was special because it felt almost like a movie character. You know, it felt like you were watching something that shouldn't be in professional wrestling. And he's just going over his promo and going over his promo and going over his promo. And I remember thinking, wow, I wish I could have that type of focus, dedication, and commitment to the character.
Bray Wyatt was the color red in a world full of black and white. It's because of this that he didn't simply identify as a wrestler.
If you asked him what he was, he would say he's an artist.
Now who is Bray Wyatt? I could give you a million definitions, because I have 1,000 names. But in truth, I am no one.
When Wyndham Rotunda wrestled as Husky Harris in NXT, he was trying to pull off one of those random gimmicks that Vince likes to slap on newbies to prove themselves. He could only disappoint. But when given the freedom to develop his own role, Wyndham became one of Vince's favorites. An intriguing character that could tell compelling stories. That's what sports entertainment is about. But his affection went further than that. It was Wyndham's respectfulness, how he carried himself backstage. Someone who is good for business on every level. Matt Hardy describes a deep relationship between them based in their mutual identification with pro wrestling as a raison d'etre. Vince supported him and his ideas. He gave him an extraordinary amount of creative freedom, which manifested itself in a special connection to the fans. And this unwavering support finally carried him to the top. Out of 3 generations, Wyndham became the first in his family to win the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber 2017. The validation must have been huge. His family was with him. His mother cried tears of joy. The entire world celebrated him, and he knew with this title on his shoulder, the company was behind him. At least for the moment. When Randy Orton joined the new Wyatt family, fans were looking forward to an interesting storyline. Orton eventually turned on Wyatt and burned the grave of Sister Abigail.
And to burn the spirit of Sister Abigail and watch you die with her.
At WrestleMania 33, after only 49 days as champion, Bray Wyatt was defeated by Randy Orton, a superstar whose intrigue is grounded in an undeniable threat, the RKO, as opposed to Wyatt's mind games. Insects were projected onto the mat during the match, but Wyatt's psychological advantage was nullified by the 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment. It made sense on paper, but didn't work in its execution. This match destroyed any and all credibility around Bray Wyatt, if there was any left to begin with.
Find me!
What happened to Bray Wyatt? The momentum was gone. Wyndham still put everything he had into the character, but why should anyone care what he has to say if they already know in the end it won't matter? That some part-timer is going to come along and hold out a chalice for Bray Wyatt's legacy to die in a bloody sacrifice. Some attribute this failure to Vince McMahon. Vince tried to channel Wyndham's fountain of creativity. He loved his mind. Colleagues say Vince called Wyndham a genius on multiple occasions, but they didn't always see eye to eye. Colleagues speak of arguments, of verbal abuse and insults on McMahon's part. There was one problem. Wyndham didn't deliver what Vince liked, he delivered what Wyndham liked. To him, wrestling was a world of possibility, with the only limits being those he imposed on himself. But reality is a hellscape. Wrestling is a business.
And what I need to know from you is, are you going to allow me to do my work?
Contrary to popular belief, the Bray Wyatt character wasn't Wyndham's creation alone. It's always been a collaborative effort. His first vignettes were shot at the river, just down the road from Wyndham Rotunda's childhood home. His mom made the rocking chair used in his shoots for NXT. Triple H came up with the idea for the lantern. His monsters, Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, also gave valuable input. Wyndham personally approached and recruited them for his stable. Together they watched final interviews of people on death row to better understand the psychology of madness.
I can tell a lot of things by just looking at someone.
In the beginning, a camera crew followed him into the woods to record hour-long rants, where Bray Wyatt, in character, aired Wyndham's opinions. The footage was then edited down into a 3-minute video. Back then, his promos were filled with social criticism and uncomfortable truths that gave people something to latch on to. By 2017, you could feel that the Wyatt character was watered down, spread thin, trying to bridge the gap between his own vision and the creative direction of WWE. He started talking about being reborn, rising from the hell of his own creation. Interestingly, this mirrored his real-life issues. In the WWE-produced documentary Becoming Immortal, they say it was the pressure of being world champion that led to Wyndham's divorce. What they don't mention is that he started seeing another woman, ring announcer JoJo Offerman, while he was still married. Samantha, Wyndham's ex-wife after 5 years of marriage, said that he didn't even try to hide it. He left her and their 2 daughters and moved in with JoJo around March 2017. The divorce was messy, but Wyndham didn't take time off work. Instead, he leaned even more into wrestling. It was his coping mechanism.
This joy you get from creating. This is how I keep calm, kind of in stressful situations.
He heard the people, what ails them. He promised he could fix everything, that he was the cure. But Bray Wyatt is not a god, and wrestling was not his world. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper were a tag team. Braun Strowman was competing as a singles wrestler in the main event, and the man that created them all fell by the wayside. In March 2018, a rare highlight: the Ultimate Deletion match against Matt Hardy. In this cinematic production, they set new standards for what was possible and created something unprecedented in a sport that has had the same limitations for 100 years. Wyndham in particular challenged everyone to think outside the box, but that doesn't help the fact that he lost the match. On June 29th, 2018, he totaled his car en route to the airport. Wyndham suffered a severe head injury, but ultimately recovered. In an interview with TMZ a few days after the crash, he said, "I'm gonna live through it, because I can't die." He still took his wrestling character seriously, even when the company did not. But his light was waning. Wrestling wasn't much more than a job to him at this point, a crimson red flag that something is wrong. Years of creative frustration finally led to a depression, which he acknowledged in 2019. He hung out with the former Wyatt family a lot during this period and maintained the close friendships the business had given him. His new relationship with JoJo was prospering. A child alimony dispute with his ex-wife was settled out of court. His relationship with his 2 daughters was strained and distant. But JoJo got pregnant, and in May 2019, they welcomed their son, Nash, into the world. It was a new beginning for his wrestling character as well.
He always joked about how every time he's had a child, it boosted his confidence to come back even harder.
Yowie wowie! You found me!
In April 2019, Bray Wyatt welcomed us for the first time to the Firefly Funhouse. The fans shared his hope for a total reinvention, and even backstage, wrestlers crowded around the monitors to see what Windham came up with this time.
Knowing Windham, you knew it was going to go dark, and it was going to be scary.
It seemed innocent enough at first, like a kid's show, but something was off.
Sociopath is the word of the day.
Windham always liked horror movies. Just like any wrestling match, they depict a struggle between good and evil, with the key difference that in horror movies, evil usually prevails. You can't kill what won't die. And yet, it is not senseless entertainment that inspired Windham. He understood the power of fear and the beauty of darkness, because they make us aware how much we value the light.
And remember, my fireflies, I will always light the way, and all you have to do is let me in. Bye!
This is a friendship that'll never ever end.
There's a world that exists beyond the realm of our comprehension.
The Firefly Funhouse did not exist. It was only in Bray's mind. Which meant, if you were watching it, you had already let him in.
Just let him in. Let him in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in.
As if the Funhouse wasn't creepy enough, one night on Raw we witnessed the debut of The Fiend. Like Mercy the Buzzard and Huskus the Pig Boy, The Fiend was one of many characters in Bray's mind. Only this one could take over his body, making The Fiend real.
My team, they help me cope with the pain. But the Fiend, he helps me inflict it.
He was more of a movie monster now than ever. His mask was designed by the same man who created Jason's iconic hockey mask. Nobody knew about his comeback, which made it all the more impactful. Windham didn't share anything with anyone. Not even his wife and best friends knew about the Fiend. They said Windham had isolated himself in the months leading up to his return. He put the creative process above everything else, even his mental health. It was attitudes like these that led to a continued friendship with Mark Calloway, The Undertaker. Windham often talked to him for advice, especially on the political side, how to pitch an idea and make sure everyone is on the same page as far as his character and presentation are concerned. With The Fiend, Bray Wyatt became even less of a wrestler and more of an enigma. He continually challenged the production crew to come up with new ways to capture the stories he wanted to tell.
He changed the whole industry.
At WrestleMania 36, he competed in another cinematic match against John Cena. Nobody knew what to expect.
Any idea that I relate to him, he could make it better. And any idea that he brought to me, I was willing to do.
The Firefly Funhouse match visited the different eras of John Cena's career and helped Bray Wyatt redeem himself as a psychological manipulator. On the same night, The Undertaker had his last match. the cinematic Boneyard match finally allowed the dead man to retire in peace after a performance that honored his status as a legend. Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse match received mixed feedback, but as always when Bray Wyatt is involved, it expanded horizons and got fans talking. The Fiend gimmick wasn't for everybody, but it saved Bray Wyatt's career. In October 2019, he defeated Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. His title defense against Daniel Bryan was highly praised, but in Saudi Arabia, in February 2020, another part-timer took the wind out of his sails. 53-year-old Goldberg ended his reign. In August 2020, he won the Universal Championship a second time. 1 week later, Roman Reigns defeated him and Braun Strowman in a triple threat match, which marked the beginning of his record-breaking title reign. Wyndham actually predicted this title reign in 2015.
This guy has it all, you know? He has every gift. And then Roman Reigns has a very lengthy, long title run where he takes out everyone until he meets Bray Wyatt. And there'll be a new one.
Bray Wyatt usually carried the build-up of his feuds with compelling promos and character work. But when it came down to the final confrontation in the ring, he often came up short. His booking was consistently inconsistent. His unconventional ideas were too promising not to try, but too dangerous to fully commit. When he lost the championship after 1 week, Wyndham doubted himself. This was directly acknowledged in a Funhouse segment with the Vince McMahon puppet. He feared he had lost the company's trust, and that the Fiend didn't work as well as he had hoped. It affected him deeply. And while these down phases always motivated Wyndham to come back even stronger creatively, this time it was the creative team of WWE who wrote the next chapter in the saga of Bray Wyatt. In September 2020, Alexa Bliss was introduced as Bray Wyatt's captivated follower.
The Fiend is my favorite character in WWE of all time. Someone had finally pulled off a split personality character.
She got to know the man behind the monster.
Working with Wyndham, it was magic, truly an honor, and I still say to this day it was the most fun I've ever had in my entire career.
He always had these off-the-wall ideas for me. He taught me to open my mind more creatively and to step my game up.
Alexa Bliss became the catalyst for a renewed rivalry between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. The fact that they tried it again can be read two ways. Either as a testament to how much the company still believed in him, or as a way to finally get rid of the nuisance that was Bray Wyatt. At TLC in December 2020, Orton set the Fiend on fire. The invincible monster was slain. The character killed off, and a part of Wyndham died with him. 6 days later, his close friend John Huber, better known as Luke Harper or Brody Lee, passed away.
I didn't want to believe it was true. I don't think my brain let me do it. Let me believe it.
I didn't want to think of what it would be like without him, you know? Since the beginning, it's been me and him, you know? This is the Wyatts was Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt for a while.
The last thing I said to him was, I love you, though. I love you. Goodbye forever. Which is what we said to each other.
On Instagram, Wyndham wrote, "Save me a spot. I'll be there when my time comes." Less than 3 years later, Wyndham also passed away.
Did you miss me? So, how I have missed you. But I knew that we would be back together again someday. I saw it in my dreams.
When The Fiend returned from the dead at Fastlane 2021, fans were generally hopeful. Maybe this time, they would get it right. Maybe this time, The Fiend would beat Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But they had already missed the first sign that that wasn't going to happen. Wyndham had to wear a bulky, restrictive suit. He complained about it backstage, afraid that it would make him look clumsy and slow in the ring. He proposed a lighter design, but Vince shut him down and forced him to wear the heavy burn suit unaltered. Then, at WrestleMania 37, he lost his match against Randy Orton. After 5 minutes, with Alexa Bliss turning against him. Corey Graves and Michael Cole said it best.
Randy Orton just pinned the Fiend, but did someone tell me what we just witnessed? I can't answer that question.
It's not what the people wanted to see, it's not what Wyndham wanted to see, but it's what Vince McMahon wanted to see. The creative team under his leadership was frustrated. Vince in particular was annoyed with the Fiend character. It was too much of a hassle, too much of an experiment. So they finally did it. Bray Wyatt was dead.
I've tried to be something I'm not, and I've tried to be everything that I am with the volume turned up, and one has worked better than the other.
For Wyndham Rotunda to do it his way was the only way he knew how. He had a hard time separating himself from the ideas in his head, but this distance is necessary in any artistic profession. There is a barrier that needs to be overcome between the idea in its pure glory and the flawed expression thereof in reality. Unfortunately, in the wrestling business, this barrier is extremely high. All the production hiccups, too many hands making a mess, the grinding down of a statue to a plinth. It certainly looked as though his prophecy turned out to be his grandest failure. In April 2021, WWE released Wyndham's brother, Taylor. In July, they released Bray Wyatt as well. WWE cited financial reasons, budget cuts, but internal sources claimed that the real reason was kept secret. Wyndham Rotunda had a heart condition. WWE doctors allegedly found out about this during the annual medical checkup mandatory for every wrestler. His health issues would have made him a liability. He couldn't perform, so he was given time off to recover. After 12 years in the company, he was now sidelined. His character buried, at least for the time being. He had 1,000 ideas for what to do next. Naturally, he kept making art and started painting. As always, he held himself to the highest standards. One painting he spent over 2 years on. He was never able to finish it. Wyndham planned to sell his artwork to fans online, but never got the chance. Together with his brother, he shot a pilot episode for a reality show where they were going to investigate paranormal activity, cryptids, and conspiracy theories.
Our whole lives, we've always been into the odd things in the world.
But Wyndham soon realized this isn't what he wanted. He missed wrestling, and once he allowed himself to think about it again, it totally consumed him. Anxious to get back into the ring, he trained with Tyson Kidd and Natalya at their gym in Florida. Endurance must be built slowly. As a professional athlete, Wyndham was aware of that. But knowing what we know now, it's possible that he might have pushed himself too hard.
He was in the gym a lot, like 3-4 hours a day. He really busted his ass.
Once Wyndham and Triple H started talking about ideas for his return, he was back at 100%. WWE's director of character development was amazed at the kind of energy Wyndham brought to the table. He had never seen that kind of creative drive in anyone before.
It was amazing to see once again this anomaly of a human. When he invested into something that he was going to do, it was going to be phenomenal.
They started putting Easter eggs in the shows, glitches, QR codes that appeared for a split second, clues in the form of random numbers, even coordinates visible for a few frames, which prompted a whole new way of engaging with the show. These Easter eggs had Bray Wyatt written all over them. Fans stopped blinking out of fear that they'll miss something, just like they had done in his NXT days. At Extreme Rules in October 2022, they kept the crowd waiting until the last possible moment. When the show was about to go off the air, the lights went out. Something about Bray Wyatt spoke to the fans in a way no other wrestler ever could. Maybe he was an abstraction of what is holding them back. Maybe he gave them a safe space to articulate their inner chaos, enabling them to bleed off fear and grow stronger. Whatever it is that draws moths to a flame. One last time, Bray Wyatt sang the siren song of professional wrestling, and millions were captivated. The company knew about his heart issues, so they only let Bray work short matches under 10 minutes. They leaned more into production and listened closely as Windham explained his latest ideas. He never let his act grow stale. This time, change came in the form of his brother.
The whole thing came from this nightmare that he used to have when he was a child that would haunt him in his dreams. That was the catalyst to create the Uncle Howdy look and design.
Taylor was happy to work with his brother for the first time since FCW. After a severe neck injury, he also hoped this mysterious character was a second chance for his career, outside of the ring.
To be able to freely work with him for the first time as colleagues and as brothers, to do it together, it was like a dream come true.
After his return, Windham was given a lot of creative freedom. He knew exactly who Uncle Howdy was and interacted eagerly with fan speculation online. But he didn't have a long-term plan of what the storyline should achieve. Triple H, who had just taken over creative, gave Wyatt enough rope to hang himself. He trusted his genius, but failed to help him turn his abstract ideas into a coherent weekly narrative. The result was confusion, a lack of direction, and disappointment for everyone. At the 30th anniversary of Raw, The Undertaker appeared and whispered a message to Bray Wyatt. Mark Calaway later said it was a moment of passing the torch, acknowledging Wyatt as the new Lord of the Darkness. Windham also spoke about this moment in the post-show press conference.
It was so important that everyone knows it's important. You know what I mean? Like, it's the kind of thing that only I get to have. It's just like a gratification, you know? It's a powerful moment, man. And however it lives on in wrestling history, I don't care, because it was for me.
The last the fans saw of Bray Wyatt was a few short, dark matches against LA Knight. By February 2023, he was absent from TV because of health reasons. He contracted COVID-19, which weakened his heart even further and led to multiple hospitalizations. Again, WWE made up a reason for why Windham was out of action. Prior commitments, a supposed filming schedule.
It was a weakened heart. Like, it was like the way his heart performed and functioned, it was not where it needed to be. It kept making him feel off. He kept saying, I feel off.
The signs were there. He was easily exhausted, couldn't concentrate. The doctors told him not to exercise. If anything, only light cardio, like walking. His condition improved, but he had to wear a defibrillator jacket, a vest that would keep him alive if his heart stopped. A few days before his death, he promised his mother he would wear it. But on August 24th, 2023, he didn't. A morning checkup with the doctor. Wear the jacket, he advised him once more. Windham had a phone call with his mom, then picked up the kids from school and went home. Jojo said he was happy, but tired, so he laid down for a nap and fell asleep, without the jacket on. An hour later, the alarm went off, but his heart had stopped. He was 36 years old.
Honestly, at the end of the day, if I go in the dirt, I think that I will be remembered for far more things than just wrestling. Making sure that my kids and JoJo, everybody, that they know they can count on me and that I will be there for them no matter what.
Within hours of his death, WWE announced 100% of proceeds from Bray Wyatt merchandise were going straight to JoJo to support the grieving family. The next night on SmackDown, wrestlers paid tribute to Wyndham and many employed small references to his life's work.
From day one, he treated me like a brother. We cried together, we laughed together, we did everything together.
Wyndham, thank you for always being my friend. I hope we get to see you again, but we're going to keep your memory alive, and I love you.
He was still always in a good mood. He was just such a pleasure to be around as a human being.
His unforgettable laugh would bring you out of whatever funk you were in. He always had a joke to tell. He was that guy that you needed around.
I love you so much, Wyndham.
Backstage, everyone was grieving. Many were in denial. They couldn't believe he was really gone. No one had a bad word to say about Wyndham. He was helpful and attentive. He remembered people well. Even if he only saw a wrestler once during a tryout years ago, he remembered him when they met again. The news of his death rippled throughout the entire world, in wrestling and beyond. His memorial service was unconventional. Wyndham would have liked it.
Seeing everyone together, how important he was to so many people, that speaks volumes for the man that he was.
There was speculation shortly before his death about a comeback. It seemed like Bray Wyatt could pop up at any moment, showing off the next stage of his metamorphosis.
That's not the end of it.
When QR codes started glitching onto the Titantron again, it was almost like he had never left. His fans echoed the hope that he had, to finish what he started. By early 2024, the Firefly Funhouse nightmares started bleeding into waking life. Eric Rowan, the last surviving member of the original Wyatt family, was revealed to be the final member of the Wyatt Six.
We're here. We're here.
He wasn't just my big brother or my best friend. He was my idol.
All I ever wanted my whole life was to be like my brother.
Taylor tried his best to carry on his brother's legacy, until all members of the Wyatt Six were released in April 2026. Uncle Howdy could never replace Bray Wyatt, but the fans were always hopeful. Like Wyndham, they were in love with his ideas, not necessarily their execution.
He opened up a world that no one could ever do.
So it's a measure of comfort that the prophecy is fulfilled after all, not through him, but through all the people he touched.
I, Bray Wyatt, am forever.
He's not gone because his ideas will live on forever.
I think he is the template for taking chances and the template for being brave.
One of the most unique minds changed the landscape.
The story of Bray Wyatt defies the fear of death.
I want to leave a legacy behind for everyone that ever loved me. I am everywhere.
His fans know the melody. They hum the tune. And the siren song carries on.